Greetings, greetings, greetings. Again, I'm your one and only Lady Marilyne Keto. Um, I don't know if you can hear us. I don't know if we're even on yet. I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to have some feedbacks. We Olive Gospel Ministries. Please share the live. All right. Yes, yes. I already see us on YouTube. I don't know if you can see us. Go ahead, share this live. Let someone be blessed. Just tell us, can you hear us? Est-ce que vous pouvez nous entendre? I don't know if you can hear us properly. Please go ahead, share the live. Tell somebody Olive Gospel Ministries is on. Yes, go ahead, share the live. Thank you. I see we have a few of us. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pastor Keto. Thank you. All right. All right. Thank you, Sister Judith. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Thank you. We're here. Son Kitoko. Merci beaucoup, Papa Papy. Merci beaucoup. Merci pour votre disponibilité. Allez-y, partagez le live. Nous sommes Olive Gospel Ministries. Je m'appelle Lady Marilyne Keto. Aujourd'hui, nous allons parler encore une fois du mariage. Oui, nous allons terminer ce mois de février avec encore un autre son sur le mariage. We'll end this month with something about marriage 101. Well, who can talk about it better than people who are in there? Someone who's in there, who's been in there, not last night, not the day before, but for some years now. Yes. And is happily married, yes. And with amazing children. I'm sure you've seen his children. I'm sure you have. But again, what he's about to do is something that's very beneficial to our brothers and sisters, and all of us, married or not married. It's sometimes good to just hear another person's perspective. I'm sure it will bless you. It will bless you if you've never had a chance to hear from a married person's perspective, not the one you do at the altar when you say, well, till death do us apart. What's the real world about it? What does a papa thinks about how it's been in reality, keeping up with those vows? We'll hear from him. Go ahead, share this live. We'll start with you in a second as I'm allowing my guests to get ready before we get to talk about what's going on today. I don't know if you've heard the good news. Olive Gospel Ministries got a song out, one of the songs in the album King of Kings, and that song is Ozali Musantu. I don't know if you had a chance to hear it yet. If you haven't, let me give you a chance now to get to hear the song. I hope the sound will be on and I won't disappoint you. Let's see.
Tozala basantu lokola yo nde kolo na pole.
Olobi tozala basantu lokola yo Yahweh.
Epa yo lokuta ezali te, bakuta pe lisumu te, po tosaka maloba na yo.
Epa yo lokuta ezali te, bakuta pe lisumu te, Yahweh.
Ozali na yo mosantu, bikela munyoso bayebi yango, na likolo pe na nse.
You are be praised, no one else.
Papa tukumi bale na mine, bako paka mitole na bango, bako gumba melayo. Oh, Onsali, Monsanto. Toyembi tembo na yo Elohime. Seko na seko. Toyembi tembo na mwana. Seko na seko. Basérafin ba chérubin, ba koyembela kayo, moto na moye. Biso pe bayenge bene, toko sanjola yo, na maloba pe na mandanda na biso. Oh, oh, Onsali, Monsanto. Toyembi baso, kembo na yo, Elohime. Seko na seko, toyembi kembo na mwana. Seko na seko.
Come on, everybody sing holy, precious Lamb of God. Only you are holy. No one else like you. You are holy.
Toyembi kembo na mwana. Seko na seko.
Alléluia. Totomoni ba musanga biso bisika zo mibiso topepi yango likolo mpona mokili wa Nzambe. Nzambe akolisa nyonso. Oh. Kembo alléluia, Hosanna na Yahweh. Lokumu masa joli esonga na yo mokonzi na bakonzi. Na likolo pe na se tomoni te moya kokani na yo. Mbanga na motama na mona te lokola yo kanga oya monene. Hallelujah. Oh yes.
Glory, glory, oh, celebrate Jesus. Be exalted, praise the Father, King of Kings. And from above, please receive our praises. You will rose up from the dead, leading us power to God the Father.
C'est la fête, c'est la fête. Osana Nzambe malonga. Nzambe akufa mpona yo, asoka makila mpona yo. Anga ta position. Alléluia.
Tukundu luila. Wabikonga nebikonga. Nzambi wachendelela. Masia waniwe. Nzambi wakwelela muhenga. Chilobone chimankinda. Tuluka wenda majunda. Kubala kwa tisa cheba Yesuwe. Utimuni wagologota. Angakachanga nebutumbi. Nekupesha chini Yesu. Bwagnya nga baba lubwanyi Yesuwe. Ekelele, ekelele, kajomo ne chilobo chuluka wenda majula wakatamba tena makanda wakatamba bilobwe chilobo cha chindamenu uchizame wa bikonzo bouge 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 everybody shake your body shake your body shake your body ingana 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 bouge 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 nzambi wa moyo nzambi wa moyo.
All right, all right. I believe you were blessed by the song. I believe you were blessed. You were blessed. In case you were not, you got a problem. Yes, thank you so much for being here, Mama Petroni, Mama Pauline, Mama Mercy. Greetings and greetings to you all. We are so blessed to have you today. So, without further ado, I believe my guest is ready and you are as well. All right, here it comes. One, two, and nah, I changed my mind. No, I'm gonna welcome him right now. Bonjour, bonjour, Prezo.
Bonjour, Maman Pasteur. Comment ça va?
Bonjour. I'm
Mm,
good. I'm good. Thank you so much. We know a lot of people know you. They've seen you. They've heard of you through Praise Adonai. That has been a huge blessing to the body of Christ. Now,
Amen.
some people know you. Who are you?
Oh, my name is Papy Tsasa.
Mhm.
Actually, my real name, my official name is Papy Tsasa. But my
Okay.
mom, when I was growing up, my mom used to call me Papi, like little Papa. So, and
Oh,
everybody just started calling me Papi. So that's why uh, I use that Papy Tsasa. But my real name is Kikela Tsasa. And
interesting.
I'm from Congo, born in
Okay.
Kinshasa, of a family of children, and
Hmm.
and
I
now
like how you laughed about that.
yes, now I'm here. I live in America. I live in Las Vegas. I'm married to a beautiful wife, Mama
With
Claire
me.
Mapela, and I have three children: Christelle
Okay.
Tsasa, Nathalie Tsasa, and Joël Tsasa. And
Bless.
I'm a Christian. I love God. I love serving Him.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
at first I thought you said I have two children. I was about to ask you which one did you choose to leave out?
No, I have three children. Yeah.
Okay,
Three of them.
okay.
You know, when you ask somebody to introduce themselves, sometimes you don't know, how
With
to do it because I'm coming from different background. A lot of people know me as this, that. So I'm Papy Tsasa. I'm Br.Papy Tsasa. I'm here in Las Vegas. I'm married with three kids.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
usually, since you have so many hats, how would you like to be remembered?
I
Because you
like to
have
be
so many
remembered
hats.
just like your brother Papy Tsasa, somebody who love serving the Lord, somebody who is a product of the love of God, and
Okay.
a good husband and good father, a good brother, you know. That's how I would like to be remembered.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, to those who are watching us, I hope you remember him by that. Now, my main concern is about today's topic, marriage 101. Well, before we go even
Yeah.
we dive deeper into that, what do you wish you knew? Okay. Before we even get there, I have so many questions. I don't even know how to go about this. Like we say, Lingala Zamba. I feel like, is that Zamba?
Yes.
Kwa?
Yes.
Tuka. How long have you been married?
Wow. I better get this right because my wife is watching. I've
You
been married
better.
for I've been married for 24 years.
2-4? You mean 24? Two
Yes.
four.
2-4.
I wish I had a hat. I would have been like this. Hat off to you.
And I've known my wife for 30 years now. So that means we're
Mm,
fiancé for 6 years, and we've been married for 24.
mm. What do you
Yes.
wish you knew before you got married?
I don't know. I wish I knew everything, but it's impossible to know everything about
Mhm.
marriage, about your wife, it's just impossible for me. I just think it's impossible. But I'm thankful to God because at least we spent 6 years before we got married. That was enough time for us to know each other. So that's all I'll say. But to say that there's something that I wish I'd known, it's really hard because every day you discover something new about your wife or your spouse, be it good or bad, but it's an everyday thing, you know. So it's a learning process that will never end.
You know, as you mentioned, 6 years of engagement, I feel like, I don't know, it brings me to the question of how long do you exactly need to date somebody before you can actually put a ring on that finger? You know, do you need
That
6 years? And then after the 6 years, do you feel like you
no,
actually got the person?
that actually depends on a lot of circumstances. In my case, we were both students,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, her parents wanted her to graduate first before
Mm,
she get married. You
okay.
know, so I had to respect that. So
Yes.
that's why it took 6 years. But it may also be sometimes men we are reluctant to commit. You know, sometimes we
Mm-hmm.
are very reluctant to commit. That also might have played a role in that. I know I was still a student, so I say I have to be ready before I get married. I wanted to be ready because I was saying to myself, my wife has a very beautiful family. You know, the father was not poor. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he was
Yeah.
doing well, and I said that if I commit myself to marry her, then I have to take over that
Yeah.
responsibility. I have to make sure I take good care of that daughter. So all this, when I think about all this, I was like, I have to take my time and be prepared.
I see. I
Yeah.
see. Now, do you feel like after those 6 years, so you took that long, just because you wanted to meet some goals,
Yeah,
but in
that was
general,
my goal. Was I wanted to be ready, and most of the time, as a man, we are not ready. You know, we are not into that like
yeah,
women are. You know, women as soon
okay.
as they learn how to walk, they learn to walk, they start thinking about marriage. You know, but men
Sisters, do
sometimes
you agree with this? I would like
you
to hear
know,
from some of my
men
mothers and
men
sisters.
men is like we found ourselves into marriage. Like, wow, how did I end up here? You know, I mean, some people may not agree with me, but that's how it is. That's how it is. We always want to be ready. We always think, I was trained as an engineer, and as an
Mm,
engineer, you always think about what if, and that's why it takes a long time for people like me to make a decision on something. But
mhm.
women for them, I have to get married, and that's all. You know,
So what is it for men again?
I say for men, it takes longer because you think you think like you want to be ready in every aspect of your life before you get married. You want to get a job. Sometimes you want to have a house and all this, and it takes long. But a woman sometimes they just want to be with their men, the men that they love. Regardless.
So
And
why?
that
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
Why should then there's a brother out there watching us who's also wondering then why should he get married if it's just to take over some responsibilities or add on to your bills, your monthly bills, and charge also by charge if it's in those terms. Why should a brother get married?
You should also ask me why should a brother not get married? It goes both ways,
Yeah,
You'll be
definitely.
surprised.
Why?
You'll be surprised. Most people have been married for 30 years, but they still tell you, hey, young man, stay where you are free, And other people will tell you that I've been married for 10 years and I've been blessed. It all depends. It has nothing to do with the length of the marriage. Some people are married for 40 years, not because they love their wives, maybe because their wife is rich or their husband is rich, or they just stick around because of their children.
Mhm.
They want the children to have a family. Maybe the father is a good provider. There are many reasons why people stay in marriage, but it's different from staying in love. You know, I'd rather have somebody been married for 10 years and still in love than somebody who still been married for 30 years and just hanging around for the sake of the children or any other reason. So I'll
Mm.
tell somebody who want to get married, get married because it's a blessing. You know,
Okay.
it can change your life, but don't get married because it can kill you also. You know, it all depends on
How's
what you
that?
make,
That is a
what you
beautiful
make.
thing.
It all depends on what you make of your marriage.
Okay, what you make of it. Hold up,
Yes.
hold that thought, Plezo. You know, when
Yeah.
you're talking about what you make of your marriage, addressing
Yeah.
yourself to men, it's a new
Yeah.
thing because usually when it comes to marriages, we only hear Proverb 31 woman. La femme sage, the wise woman builds a home. La femme sage
Yeah.
bâtit sa maison. Now, in this case,
Yeah.
are you going to say wise men as well build their homes?
Yeah, because there are two partners in this marriage. It's like a covenant. You are two people committed to yourself for, to live together until death set you apart. So everybody has to bring something on the table for the marriage to work, you know.
Mm,
So if you don't have that, if there's no wisdom in marriage, and the marriage will collapse. You know, that's why I'm saying that it depends on what you make of it. Some people found it like a blessing, and some people think it's a curse.
mm, mm.
You know,
Very
and
deep.
sometime I speak to young people. I say, uh, marriage is the only topic that me personally I'll discuss with God, because I always say that God is a comedian. God is a comedian. That's why
Convenience,
He gave
know
us
that.
He gave us marriage. You know,
Mm.
just like now I'm live answering all your questions, but before I came here, my wife told me you better behave. You know what I mean? So that's marriage. That's marriage. It's fun. It's fun. You know, it's everything you want it to be.
Yes.
You
Huh.
know.
Interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting. That brings up to another question that one of our viewers has, which
Mm.
is about the role of men in marriage. Like you said, women are raised to be married. Now, what about men? Because the question is as follows. Um, I don't know. It's glitching a little bit. Okay. So, do men compare for a place in their wife's heart with the male figures already in the woman's life, or is it otherwise?
That's a very, very good questions. Thank God,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a topic that I wanted to talk about here. A man always, I have daughters now, and what I
Yes.
noticed that daughters are very close to their father.
Mm-hmm.
They are always, it's like I have another mother, They come to me all the time, Daddy, where are you going? Daddy, I don't like this shirt. Daddy, let me help you. So you find that motherly love, you receive that from your daughters too. And
Yes.
that's also sometimes if they after marriage, the women, they're still very close to their parents, especially their father. And
Mm-hmm.
that means that sometimes you're going to have to fight with your in-laws, your father-in-law, just to make anything happen in your marriage.
Mm.
Because you may be talking to your wife, I want to do this. He may tell you, no, I don't think my father will like that, or my father used to do this. It's always like, because the father was like a main figure in their
Okay.
life. Like even now, my children, my daughters always say that I've set the bar very high for their future husband, because they want their
Ouch.
husband to be like their father, to be able to
Mm.
provide to their need, to love them. So I would say, yeah, we're always trying to prove our in-laws, especially the father-in-law, that I'm the man now. This is my house. This is my family. I'm able
Mm-hmm.
to take care of my family. I don't need you to give me injunction to tell me what to do. I already married your daughter. I paid my dowry. So leave us alone. There's always that tension going on there. Because
So
a man will never trust another man. So I would say, like my father-in-law, I don't know, he may love me, look like that. Within himself, I know that he will never trust me 100% because he loves his daughter, period.
yeah, no. Oh Lord, oh Lord. So you're likely to reproduce that. But again, how
No,
to
I
deal
will
with
not. I will
are
not
you sure?
reproduce that. Yeah, I always tell my daughters, I say, I understand what marriage is all about. And I'm a man of God, once I marry my daughters, I know that it's over for me. They belong to somebody else. That's why they even change their name in most cases. You see,
Mm-hmm.
even when Rachel and Leah, when they left with Jacob, you can read the
Mm-hmm.
Bible. They say that let's go because we don't feel like we belong to this family anymore, because our
Mm,
fathers already, you know, received what he asked for from Jacob, and it looks like he doesn't like us anymore. Let us go. Because of what happened, they were married, and they had to go with their husband. So that's how I always tell my daughters. I say, when you get married, don't worry about me. I won't be into your marriage. No, I'll pray for you, but I'll never tell you what to do or what the husband is supposed to do or is not doing. That's not my thing, because I don't like it happening to me. I don't want it to happen to my kids. So that's how it is. No man will like another man to come into his marriage or his couple and tell them what to do. There's no way. That's a macho thing. The women will never understand that, but I will never take it, and no man should take that.
Not even as if they take him as a child as well. You know, after all, when they get married, usually they say, and the man shall leave and cleave unto his wife. But usually the
Yes.
wife has her own background as well that you have to consider when you go in there. So
Yes.
when they welcome you, they might need to give you a few rounds about what to do with their daughter. No?
No, because it's marriage is me and my wife. We decide about our future. You know, when you say that a man leave his father and his mother and be joined to his wife, and the Bible says they shall become one flesh. They make their own decision. The Bible also said that the man is the head of the house, just as Christ is the head of the church. So
Yes.
I'm the head of my house, but I still listen to my wife. I can suggest something to my wife, and we discuss. And nobody else should come and tell us not to do it. That's our decision. So when you go and leave your parent and join to your wife, it's not that like you joining to your wife's family. No, just your wife. They should stay out of it.
But again, usually, I don't know. The fact is that when you marry the person, you meet also the family. You deal as well with the
Of
family.
course, of course.
So,
That's why there's a difference. There's a difference between love and marriage. You
okay,
know,
what's the difference?
like in Africa now, when you say you are married to somebody, you
Mm-hmm.
don't look at the person you are married to. You look at the baggage that he brings or she brings with him or her. Because in Africa, you basically marry everybody. That's why I advise people, you know what, don't wait until you have the $5,000 that your in-laws are asking for. If you have $500, just go get married, because they'll keep coming back to you for more money, you know?
Mm.
So don't waste your time, just pay them whatever you have, sit down with them, and that's it, because they are not going away. They are not going
Mm.
anywhere.
So, all the brothers who are waiting to make millions, here's an advice for you: just go the way you are. But again, what if they're broke after that? If they don't have any security, financial security to sustain the family?
Then you are not a man. I'll tell it bluntly. You know,
Okay.
a man is supposed to provide to the family's need, you know, do whatever it takes to provide. Me, I've
Okay.
done any jobs I could find just to take care of my family. Sometimes my wife we sit me down and ask me, are you sure you want to do this? I say, you know what? People will laugh at me if you guys have no roof over your head,
Yes.
you know? So I don't care. I'll do anything that I can do just for my family. I'll take any job.
It's good to hear that from you, from a male, because usually when female require a minimum of a job or something, they call them gold diggers and all these names, awful names. Now, there's someone who asked for you to repeat that in French. I'll suggest in Lingala as well, because they say they mostly flow in French. I don't know. Can you repeat what you just said about those brothers who cannot provide for their families? Who do you consider them to be? Comment vous considérez ces hommes qui n'arrivent pas à prendre soin de leur famille financièrement ou qui n'ont pas d'emploi et
Mais
qui veulent bien.
moi, je dirais que pour être homme, pour être un mari responsable, il faut être en mesure de prendre soin de sa famille.
Okay.
Financièrement, il faut être en mesure de supporter la famille.
Financièrement. Donc, ça ne veut pas dire que vous êtes matérialiste ou quoi que ce soit. Non, c'est
Non,
juste.
non. You are the head of the family. Tu es la tête. Donc, il faut pouvoir aux besoins de la famille.
OK.
En tout
Très
cas,
important.
les gens peuvent me contredire, mais moi, je crois que c'est même biblique. Hein. C'est même biblique. Il faut voir même le cas de Jacob, Isaac, ils ont travaillé. Jacob a travaillé pour subvenir aux besoins de ces deux femmes. Ces quatre femmes d'ailleurs. Donc,
Les
on ne peut
quatre
pas
femmes,
dire.
en effet.
Ben, il avait deux femmes, Léa et Rachel, mais il y avait aussi les deux servantes qui lui ont donné des enfants.
Oui,
Voilà.
exactement. Exactement. De nos jours, c'est déjà beaucoup demander le minimum. Te demander encore des servantes, ça, c'est un
Que
peu trop.
comme on dit chez nous, Lingala, soko otondi te koluka libala te.
Répétez encore ça.
Soko otondi te koluka libala te.
Notre bien-aimé Malachi Maton, je pense que vous êtes un vrai Bantou.
Ouais, ça c'est mon pasteur Malachi. Merci, pasteur.
En tout cas, un vrai Bantou. Est-ce que c'est un truc seulement Bantou ou encore chez les autres cultures, ceci est applicable? Parce qu'ailleurs, bon, il n'y a même pas de cette histoire de dot, hein? Il n'y a pas cette histoire de c'est l'homme qui doit pourvoir. La femme aussi est préparée à pourvoir. Qu'est-ce que vous dites de ça?
But tu sais, when you let your wife provide, it changes a lot, the dynamic of your couple.
What happens? What
Les
changes?
femmes, women are not quiet when they are providing. You know what I mean? They are not quiet. They'll keep reminding you.
Interesting.
Yeah, they'll keep reminding. You know, when you are the head, quand tu es la tête, you have to be able to provide. And when you provide, then you can command. You know, you can give orders. And people respect you. Your children will respect you. Les enfants vont te respecter parce que tu pourvois leurs besoins. You don't want a kid to come to you and say that, oh, what do you do for us? You know, it hurts.
I see.
It hurts. That's what I'm saying. You know, me, when you ask me a question about marriage, I usually I like to be real about it. A lot of people we try to be spiritual. They be quoting the Bible all the time. The Bible say this, but when you are in marriage, it's a whole different world. You know, so we really have to be when we talk about marriage, we have to be sincere with ourselves. It's not easy. It's not easy.
So that brings the question, what's marriage to you then? It seems like marriage is just a whole battle. It's a battlefield that you may die in there. It's all about materials. You know, it's harder than
There are no two marriages that are the same.
okay.
Every marriage is unique.
All right.
So that means it's hard for you to take my advice and apply it to your marriage. We are different, you know. Your background is different than mine. Your family is different than my family. You know, your in-laws are different than my in-laws. So that's what I'm saying. You know what? It's like on the job training. You get married, then you learn about your marriage and you make it your own and you customize it, so to speak.
Yes, yes. Talking about in-laws, there's a question about the in-laws here. I mean, if there's trouble between, issues between the father-in-law and the son-in-law and vice versa, whose responsibility is it to really ensure the new man finds a constructive place in the midst of the chaos? Literally, what to do in case there's, the mother-in-law versus the daughter, or the other way around, or the sister-in-law. How to deal with that?
I will always say that you have to be a man. You have to be a man. It's not easy. That's what I'm saying. Marriage is not easy. You know, when you have an in-law who is very rich, for example, I've seen in one of I was watching the news. One of our minister back home, his daughter got married, and during the wedding, he came and spoke to the husband to be. He said, "If my daughter suffer from this marriage, I will take her back. I'll come and take her back." You know, so he expects you to treat a daughter like he treated his daughter. You have to provide to the need of the daughter. That's what I'm saying. When you ask me that question, what you should know before you get married, all these things. You have to
Yeah.
understand your in-laws. You know what type of family you want to get yourself involved in. You have to check the background, even spiritual background. You know,
Spiritual background.
a lot of people don't know that when you get married, there's a lot of things that happen spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like in the Bible, Isaac's
Yes.
wife
Mm-hmm.
was barren.
Yes.
Sarah was barren, couldn't give birth to any child.
Yes.
You know, and the same thing happened to Abraham, Isaac's daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Isaac's Rebecca was barren,
Yes.
and also Jacob, who is Isaac's son, his wife also Rachel was barren.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
if you read the Bible, you see that Leah also was barren, but the Bible didn't say it that way. But the Bible said that when the Lord saw that Leah was unloved,
Hmm.
when God realized that Leah was not loved, the Bible says God opened her womb. It
Mm-hmm.
means that she also was barren. So now
Hmm.
you go into such a family to get married where there's a history of women not being able to give birth, you know, to give a child to those men of that family, and you get into that, what to expect?
Hmm. Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
something that is in the family,
can you say
you
that
know.
in Lingala too or in French? Pour un bien-aimé qui nous
Uh,
suit et se demande.
mama
Marambo na yo anglais lekelanga.
makambo bozolukela nga oyo. Je t'avais dit, this is a very complex topic.
Mm-hmm.
Tolobi que une femme ou bien mutu alinga bala,
Mm.
faut comprendre d'abord oyeba famille oyo yo ozokende kokota.
Mm.
Il faut oyeba bango parce que il y a des implications spirituelles makambo oyo molimo peut-être ozomona te mais osalama. Je donne
Mm.
l'exemple, il y a famille ya Abraham, Isaac na Jacob, basi na
Mm.
bango nyonso bazalaki c'était des femmes stériles. Pourquoi?
Mm-hmm.
Parce que ebandi na papa. Donc pour dire que ce côté na libala wana ba descendant ya Abraham,
Mm-hmm.
okuta na problème wana stérilité.
Mm. Mm.
Je ne dis pas que ça continue comme ça. Ça vient un moment où ça s'arrête. Ça dépend de
Mm.
la personne. Ça s'arrête. Ou bien tu te maries à un homme ou bien une femme, on te dit que dans cette famille, les filles divorcent toujours.
Mm.
Histoire est ça déjà wana.
Mm.
Toi, tu t'engages. Après, moi, ça est biso que na lembio.
Hmm.
Donc, c'est ça
Mm.
que je dis il faut vraiment prendre du temps. Moi, je conseille que quand un fiançailles est où, mais c'est différent par rapport à notre époque.
Mm.
My wife and I, we spent almost 6 years of fiançailles. C'est pas parce que, as I said, it's not because we wanted that to happen that way. It was more because of the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we were growing up, it was hard to get in touch with your fiancé every day because there
Mm.
was no phone. So it took 2, 3, 4 years to get married. But nowadays, people are in touch every day, FaceTime, you're on the phone. So maybe 1 year should be enough, I think, to know everything you want to know about your wife and the family. So,
Hey, preso. En tout cas,
en bref, Mama, I'll tell you that this is complicated. It depends from one marriage to another one.
it depends from a marriage to
Yeah,
another one. But again, we're just giving an overall that
yeah,
can help
yeah.
someone get started, and
Mm.
then you can customize it as we just talked about here. Oh, now the big question, Prezo, is how to get married in this case. There's so much things to consider. Where should, if a brother want to get married today, what should he make sure? What if there's boxes to check? Qu'est-ce qu'il doit d'abord se rassurer d'avoir avant d'abord d'y arriver pour finalement devenir marié? Comment s'y
My,
prendre?
my daughter is here looking at me now. I have to behave. Anyway, she doesn't understand Lingala, so we can speak. No, she does. What I would say is, even when you look in the Bible, you read through the Bible, you see that most of the criteria for all the men that got married in the Bible, they
Mhm.
were trying to find beautiful wives, beautiful.
Now, beautiful is subjective, Prezo.
No, I'm talking about the appearance first.
Hold up. You're not talking about the inside. You're talking
I'm
about the
not talking about
outside
the inside. I'm talking as a man. I'm not talking as a woman here. I'm talking as a man.
as a man.
The Bible say that when Jacob went to get married, he chose Rachel.
Uh-huh.
Jacob chose Rachel because the Bible say Leah had beautiful eyes, but Rachel was beautiful of form and appearance. I
En
don't see
tout
where
cas,
they talk. They
l'apparence.
didn't talk about the heart. No, it's like a man is like, I like what I see.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Okay,
That's
sisters,
that's
let's
where
keep up
everything
with the
starts.
makeup.
That's where everything starts. I like what I see,
I like what I see.
and then I want to know more about the person.
Mm-hmm. En
Period.
tout
And
cas,
that's why all along Jacob loved Rachel more than Leah.
I
Why?
can't believe
Because
you
she
have
was
someone to
beautiful.
back you up. Someone backed you up. Papa Papi Kafoot. Is it because you twins? It's like Makasi, vrai chérie. Really? Is that
Exactly. I don't want to be somewhere where people say, look at her, the wife is ugly. No. I
Oh,
want a
I
very
can't believe
beautiful
Papa
wife.
Noble is also agreeing with you. Amen.
Amen.
Preach
And Papa Noble has a beautiful wife, and my
on. Oh my
sister Andy Blessings, beautiful woman, and that's what
oh
it is.
my God. Interesting. Wow.
I don't know if
It
I'm lying.
just
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. People are trying to fool everybody by quoting Bible verses, saying this and that. No, look, no. First of all, it's biblical. First of all, is the appearance. Do
mm-hmm.
you like what you see?
Mm-hmm.
If you do, then you continue. Try to know more. So the first on the checklist would be how the lady or here, if I have to be neutral, say how the other spouse or the man or the woman look. If you like what you see.
So pretty much to all the sisters about Tula, check how you look. Is that what we
No,
should say?
we also say the beauty is in the eye of the behold, right? That's how they say it.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a woman that me I may found not attractive, but somebody else we love her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's deep, but I want the one that I found attractive, the one that I found beautiful. That's the one I'm gonna go after.
So don't blame anymore for makeup. Oh, makeup are deceptive and all this and that. Oh, wigs and all this and
Speaking
that.
about the makeup, nowadays you see a woman very beautiful. You find them somewhere, maybe in the nightclub. They're all beautiful, but you don't know if they went through surgery,
Mm-hmm.
cosmetic surgery. You don't know.
Exactly.
You have to find out.
How? How now? That's another question.
Ask,
Since it's
ask
the outside.
questions. Ask questions. That's why you have that time of preparation, fiançailles, for you to
Mm-hmm.
ask all the right questions.
Bon,
You're
étant
gonna end
donné.
up having ugly kids. Then you ask yourself, those kids they don't look like us because you don't know how your spouse looked like before you got married.
That's a good one. That's a
Yep,
really good one.
that's the truth, Mama. I'm sorry, but I have to say the way it is.
So you're not looking for a virtuous woman? No. You're not
That may
looking for
come
a virtuous
after, but
woman?
the first one on my list, you asked me about the checklist.
Yes. Okay. Oh,
I
my
say
bad.
the
All right.
first one is what you see.
No prayer. So it's not a woman who's shika ba 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 ba. No.
I will
It's
pray after I see what I like, then I start praying.
uh-huh.
Or I can pray, say, God, send me a beautiful woman, and then God will send me some. I look and I say, wow, this one is beautiful. Then I start from there.
Hey, I can't believe you have some papa backing you up here. I can't believe this. Outside beauty will
Let
attract
me
you to
tell you,
and
let
about
me tell you, Mama Marilyne, if you allow me to say this.
please feel free.
Women, women, it's a process for them to love somebody or to be attracted to somebody. There's a lot that going on. They may
Okay.
look at the way you talk. Oh, he has money. He has this. Oh, that guy is. No, man is one thing and one thing only. We start with. It's how you look. When I like
Hey,
what I see, everything starts from there.
this is a good one. This is a good one. Hey, and
Yes.
to that, sisters, please fix the display, improve it, update it.
And that's why a lot of marriage got into trouble, because the woman doesn't want to they don't take care of themselves anymore. They don't care about their appearance anymore, because they say, you know what, I gave him 5 kids, 10 kids, we've been married for 30 years, so what? No, that's what I'm saying. There are people who stay married not because they are still in love. It's just because that's it, they are used to being married. There's no
Oh, now there's
every
a
age,
question here.
at every age, every stage of your life, you can still make yourself beautiful. I'm speaking to women right now.
Mm, mm,
You can still
mm.
make yourself beautiful at every stage of your life.
Okay.
There are beautiful women at 80. There are beautiful women at 60. There are beautiful women at 50. Beautiful women at the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it up.
Huh. Keep it up. Keep the fight.
Yes.
Now the question here is, well, before we take the question, there's another comment here. Well,
Mm.
il faut une femme qui est naturellement belle au-dessus de la moyenne. Papa, Papy Kafouti,
Exactly.
c'est quoi la moyenne?
Exactly.
That's the
Exactly,
true
Mondoi.
question. Hein?
Nicely put. That's what it is, Mondoi. Il a bien dit. Elle doit
I
être
can't
belle,
believe
au-dessus de
this.
la moyenne.
C'est quoi la moyenne au juste, papa? C'est quoi la moyenne?
It all
Dis la
depends on
moyenne.
my criteria. Mama,
Pardon?
there are things, Mama, let me tell you, when we speak about marriage,
Uh-huh.
there are things I cannot say here online. As
Okay.
a man, there are things we look after on a woman. I have my own criteria. This is what I want to see, on my woman. That's me. Everybody has their own criteria that
En
they look. When
général.
the way I appreciate beauty is different from the way my brother Papy Kafuti does.
When it comes to beauty appreciation, when we are at
Yeah.
it right now, maybe can Pierre Rapé, babe, ça va beauté. Pierre Ka, et bon, bah, beauté,
Maman,
Mrs.
je te dis, il y a des gens, they are very expensive, they are very beautiful, but they use 99 cents soap.
Mm,
Je te dis,
okay.
I've used this so many times. I go anywhere. It's all about what works for me. I don't care about the price, but what works on me. When I use this soap, it's working. I don't care whether it's 99 cents or $17 or $50. The bottom line
Uh-huh.
is, if my wife likes it, I don't care whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can't believe
It has
finally.
nothing to do. Sometimes to keep yourself beautiful has nothing to do with the money. I can have this shirt. You may say, "Oh, Prezo, I like your shirt." Somebody may think it's a Calvin Klein or whatever. I will tell you, no, I bought it from Walmart.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Whoa.
it's about what I see. It's not about what behind that beauty that I see. I don't care. It's just what I see. When I see you, I don't care whether you spend a lot of money or not, but it's all about what I see with my eyes.
I can't believe Papa Bernard even got it in Chiluba for us. For us who don't
Amen.
understand this, it's like on Chiluba
Amen.
on Mukajinkambela, Wasungula Kadika Kola. A
You
woman
know,
is like a peanut in a shell. When the shell is hard, that means that the seed of peanut is good and ready.
I
Interesting.
can make you laugh and make our audience laugh. I had a friend who used to tell me that as a couple, they didn't want to hang out with an ugly couple. You know what I mean?
This is
They
a
hang
good.
out with beautiful couple. Like they want, when you go out, they say, "Wow, is that your friend?" Yeah. Oh, he has a beautiful wife too. That's what they like to see. They don't want to hang up with people with not beautiful wives. So it's very
But
important. It's very
beauty is
important.
not it's not like COVID, it's not transmissible. If you're ugly on your own, you are,
Mama,
that's
you
the
are
thing.
married. You are married because in the eyes of your husband, you are the most beautiful woman. Trust me. That's
Amen
all.
to that. Amen
That's
to
all.
that.
I
That's
don't care
agree.
if you are a woman of God, you are always on fire, you speak in different tongues. I don't
Mm,
care. You are married to
amen.
him because in his eyes, you are the most beautiful woman.
This is
And when
interesting.
I'm talking about beautiful, I'm talking about the appearance.
Appearance. I can't
Yeah.
believe we have a mother who agrees with you as well. Dr. Mimi, do you agree with this? She does. She's like,
Amen,
well,
Mama Mami Mandela. Thank you so much.
She's like, we appreciate beauty differently. She agrees with that. And
Yes,
literally what she meant was she likes, you like what you see. That's what she meant. You like what you
yes,
see. I
yes.
can't believe this. Well, sisters, after you shika blah, 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 make sure you're outside. The
That let me tell
is
you,
on fire as well.
that doesn't help. Shika bara bara whatever doesn't help. Be
But again,
beautiful.
so we
Mm.
can't be one-sided here. The same way we like the peanut shell to be hard for the sisters, we also want to
No,
make sure that the
Mama, we
husband.
talking to people who are not married yet. That was the question. I'm
Oh
telling them
yeah.
first on my list, it has to be
Hmm.
beautiful. Something that a woman that you like, you love, the appearance, what you see, the eyes, the
Would
cheeks, the whatever.
would you say the
Can we
same
move
about
on, please? Can we move on? I told you this
when
topic can take us a whole year and we
we
never
don't
finish.
we won't be moving out of this physical appearance one that you brought up. I didn't. You did. Now there's a question here. We cannot just talk about only the sisters, and then you have all these beautiful women married to some. I don't want to be rude, but a lot of brothers give up on their physical appearances before they even married. They're just like, oh, mobile in their push, mobile in their boy. Don't
Exactly.
do that, sisters.
That's the mistake. We're talking about a true marriage, a marriage that will last. You know,
Yes.
when you love a man for what he has, but you don't like what you see,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be a problem. What happened? What happened? One day you're gonna have that money to yourself too. You know, because a good man will provide to his wife need, and he may say, oh, I open an account for you, this is your car, this is this, and what's going to end up is go find another man that will be more beautiful than your man, because your man was not the most beautiful person on earth.
Mm,
So you're going to go find somebody else and still married to that man. That's when infidelity comes in.
yes. Yes.
You know, you start saying
Yes.
that this is not the, I only liked him or loved him because of his money. And what
Mhm,
if he lost that money? He doesn't have it anymore, he goes broke.
mhm, mhm.
You know.
You, you know, honestly, it's important on both sides. Then, in that case, to have the physical appearance attract, compatibilities, because
Yeah.
that's when you have, only either the wives or the husband going into parties alone. Thank God for the COVID, we don't have parties anymore. You
Yeah.
just have the wife walk by herself or post pictures
That
by herself.
that's one also. It's a big thing, you know. I mean, I don't know. Probably you have another question. You have a question that's coming out
No,
about this:
no,
how to maintain a healthy marriage.
no.
Those
Mm-hmm.
are one of the things you need to maintain a healthy marriage. You know, a husband or a wife after work, you should feel like I'm going home to my spouse. You know, that should be
Mm-hmm.
your first reaction. I can't wait to go home. But when you say, let me stop somewhere, stop, drink some beer, or go see my friend before I get home, because once I'm home there, it's this and that, that means the marriage is not healthy anymore. You know, your
Mm-hmm.
woman is supposed to be somebody that you feel comfortable being with. You have fun. You have to have fun with your woman. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a good marriage is where people laugh all the time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you can't wait to talk to your husband, you know.
Mm.
And if you don't want to feel your husband close to you anymore, your wife, then you have a problem.
Oh, this brings another question, Papa. You just
Yeah.
said it. A marriage is supposed to be a place where you're supposed to have fun together with your
Mm.
spouse. But again, the definition of fun is different for Christians and non-Christians. And that brings me to the question of Mama Mami again. She has a question. Mama Doctor, I greet you from wherever you are. You have an amazing display that has been praised over here. Well, thanks a lot. And her question is, Papa Tsasa, she's asking, Papa Tsasa, can a Christian man marry only Christian women? What's your take on that?
Okay, once again, Mama, thank you for the question, but this is what I will say again. um, I don't like it when people only when they talk about marriage, they always talk about the biblical side of it, you know. Or God said this, God said that. But when you are married, it's a different ball game. It's different. You really, it's deep. You know, it's really deep. And the same question you asked me, I can also ask you. Can you just, if you are Mukongo, should you only marry also Mukongo? It's almost the same question. It's like, do you have to be of the same background? Because some people will say, oh, biso tozaba to bala balubate. So, you know, there's always those questions. But saying that a Christian should only marry a Christian, usually it's because of our background. A woman that you marry understand what's her role in the marriage as a Christian lady. She knows exactly that she has to be submissive to her husband. And the husband knows that she has to love her wife and provide for her wife. They have both that understanding, the same education, the same background. So I think that marriage have a chance to work, you know.
Yes.
And I will tell you that if you look at the statistic these days, the divorce rate among Christians is very high too.
Exactly.
So being married to a Christian is not just the end, it's a beginning, you know, because after that, there's a lot of things that will come. Why are Christians divorcing these days? Maybe the husband is, you know that we as Christian, I'm telling you, my wife may tell you that probably I was more fun before I became a Christian.
Why
Because
did
I
you
used,
change?
no, I'm saying in general,
All right.
because when we're not Christian, there are things we did or we're crazy, you know, and women sometimes they like a crazy man. We were spontaneous, you know. I can be outside with my wife, I'll grab her, hold hand, lift her up in public because I was crazy. I loved her. I want to show to the world that I love my wife. But
Until you
nowadays,
came home.
once people say, oh, Pastor Keto, all of a sudden you stop doing all these things because church members are looking, or your brothers and sisters are looking, or look at brother, why is he doing this? You know, we start judging ourselves. But marrying a Christian woman was supposed to be the best thing ever. Because you have the same background, you understand, and you have God in the center of your marriage. But then we taking it to the point where it becomes boring.
Yes.
It becomes boring. And that's, so I would say that for me, if you are not married yet, I would say, I advise you go for a Christian woman. I mean, not just Christian by name, but the one who really understand what it means to be a Christian woman. You know, I'll say that, but that's just the beginning. There are more things more challenges that will come after that. It's kind of spare you of a lot of trouble when you are married to a Christian woman, somebody who understands who you
Same
are and
background.
somebody who understands, yeah.
Papa, Papy also agrees with you. Il says le problème pour vous compléter n'est pas de
Amen.
se dire chrétien, mais l'on doit être enfant de Dieu.
Amen.
Um,
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Yes. Talking about this background issue, Prezo, you just said it, you know, would you suggest, I mean, that's just a question that came up. Would you suggest that people from the same background remain between them just to avoid certain issues related to the complexe, par exemple? Par exemple, que les hommes riches, les gens des familles riches se marient entre elles. Non? Et ceux des pauvres, bon, demeurez aussi entre vous, les cours entre vous, les élancés entre vous. Would you suggest that?
As I say, marriage, it's all about who want to get married, what he likes, what he sees, you know. There are some short ladies, they want to have a tall, big NBA type basketball player, you know, those type of men, because they feel safe, they feel protected when they have big men, muscle up, you know, that's what they want. And another short lady will tell you, I want a short guy. Those are the things I cannot really answer to those questions, because as I say, it's all about what you like. When you see, it's what you like, you know. And some people, they wanna, you know, rich people, you have to get married to another rich guy.
Yeah.
You know, me, my wife family was rich. My wife family was rich, and it was hard for me to get in because I was a poor student.
Ouch.
But I liked what I saw, and I said, I'm a man, I'm gonna fight for it.
You paid the
And that's
price
what
for
I
it.
did. That's what I did. I fought for it until I got what I wanted, regardless of what the family say. Oh, he's poor. This poor student, he want this, he want that. I didn't care because I was after my wife. I don't care about other people. When I'm after something, that's what I want. You know,
Ah,
that's a man. That's a
yeah.
man. I remember that time I told them in Lingala, say, excuse me the term,
Oh,
but that's what I said. You know,
interesting.
they try
Interesting.
to discourage me, so and that. I say, I don't care what you mean. I didn't come here for you. I came for this woman. You give me that woman, I'll take her. You'll never hear from me again if that's what you want.
But
And it
again,
was a battle, and I won. And
it
again,
was
their
a
respect.
mm,
Again, their respect.
interesting. You know,
Yeah.
that last sentence that you said, Naza mobile. It's a thing that we hear a lot. Naza mobile, na botama mobile, na
Yes,
otikala
na
mobile.
okufa mobile. Yes.
But nobody's fighting with you for that. It brings us to that question of what does it mean kozala mobile? What does it mean kozala mwasi? Because it's a huge problem in marriages nowadays, where men feel a certain kind of way if they have to do certain
Mama,
things or ask to do certain things.
it's only a problem when a man becomes is unable to provide to the family need. That's when those problems start. You
Okay.
know, if you are able to be the head of your family in everything, that's
Mm-hmm.
when you gain the respect.
Okay.
You know,
So
that's
kozala
when you gain
mobile
yeah,
means to be a provider.
to be a provider to your family. When you are a
Mm,
provider, I mean, I'm talking like, then Aluba, I'm talking about, I'm telling you the truth, what's happening in couples. You know,
mm-hmm.
when the man is unable to provide to the need of the family, problems start. But there are some women, really, there are some exceptions. There are women who are really submissive, even though they have more money than their husband, even though they are more educated, but they understand the concept of marriage. There
Mm.
are women like that. I'm not saying that all women don't respect their husband when they have more
I
money.
understand.
No, there are women like that. But that's why we go back to what we said. Should a Christian man be married to a Christian woman? When you have the
Mm-hmm.
same background, a woman, as my brother says, really born again Christian, they will
Mm-hmm.
understand this. That my husband is the head of the family. I've had a couple that worked with me. You know, I mean, I worked in a company where the wife was the owner of the company, and their husband was working for their wife. But as soon as they got home, their husband was the head because I
Mm,
was their friend. You go home, it's different. It's
mm,
different. You see that this is the man in the house, but when we go to work, the woman is the boss. But
mm.
those are you don't see it every day.
Interesting, interesting. I believe this answers a few questions. We're already almost reaching at the end of today's Bwagnya. But again, I will not let you go, Prezo, without going back again to ask you what's marriage 101 all about? Why does this matter to you so
Let me tell you, you know why Jacob ended up marrying two women that he didn't want?
much? No, tell me why.
He went after Rachel, but he
Okay.
ended up marrying Rachel and Leah because he didn't understand how things were done in Rachel's family, in his wife's family.
Mm-hmm.
After he worked 7 years, he was told that here, this is how we do things. The
Mm-hmm.
elders have to get married first. Had
Mm,
he done his homework before, he would have married Rachel.
mm,
He would have waited. But because he didn't know about the family, he just went in, worked 7 years, and then they tell him, no, the first has to go first. He ended up with two women. So what I'm
mm,
trying to say here is marriage 101 is just to introduce people to marriage. It's like an introductory course, to tell people who are interested in marriage what they should know before
mm,
getting committed, before
mm,
committed themselves. There are things you have to know. You have to know the woman, the family. You have to know what you are getting into. Because
mm.
once you don't know, one day they will tell you, in our family, when you marry this, you also take your sisters. You ended up with 5 women. A lot of men may be applauding there, but you have to know. You have to know a lot about your in-laws to be.
Mm, mm,
Because
mm.
there are some in-laws, they actually come into your marriage. They are there. They don't go.
But they're there to help you. You know, you're part
No, I
of
don't
your
need their help.
generation. No,
No, I don't need nobody's help. That's why we have godparents. If I have a
I,
problem with my wife, I talk to my godparents. I don't go to
mm,
them. And that's another mistake that a lot of people make in marriage. Whatever the mistake of their men or their women, they go talk to their parents. Let me tell you, your father will never trust your man 100%. I don't care. I don't care. They will love you more than they love your man. They will always be there to protect you, to defend you. So when you come to me, you are my sister. You come to me and you say, oh, this is what my husband did to me. What do you think I want to say? I'm going to go kill that man. I told you not to marry him. All I will say will be negative. And then
mhm.
a month after that, you go back to him. And you start telling him what I said about him.
Ay,
You
ay,
know,
ay.
that's why I always say in-laws, they have to stay away. They have to stay away. It's not their marriage anymore. It's not their
Mm,
daughter anymore.
mm.
You see,
Well,
you know that you'll be. A lot of people probably will get offended if I say, for example, I love my wife, but I hate marriage.
yes, I am. What do you mean
You
by
know,
that? I'm actually
it's like I
puzzled.
love my wife, but I hate my marriage. People can say
Well,
that.
what
You know why?
exactly? Yeah.
Because of everything else that comes with marriage, all the
Oh,
package.
the package.
That's why I said in the beginning that you're waiting to get that $5,000 that your father-in-law to be is asking for. Just go with 1,000, pay them, negotiate, because they will still come in anyway.
But again, there's some tribes where you don't negotiate because your wife is not like a outfit to discount to find a discount.
Let me tell you, if you have to put a price on your daughter, then you don't have a good daughter. You
Uh-oh.
wanna get rid of her. You can't put a price on your daughter. You can put 1 million, 2 million. You know there's no price. Your daughter is precious to you. There's no price. You just want her to be happy. It's because your daughter comes to you and said, Daddy, I want to get married, and you want to fulfill her wish. You let her
Mm.
go. All these are just symbolic.
But Prezo, before
Yes,
we
ma'am.
go further, Prezo, we have a lot. You just said it. Men are hunters. They go pay the price to feel like Nazamo Bali. I'm a man. They're ready to do that for the Lamborghini they want. They're ready to
Yeah.
do that for the latest whatever they want. But again, when it
Mm.
comes to the wife, here comes all these good things they'll have to say about it. If you discuss, that means she's not good. But I've never seen a Lamborghini on sale. I would love to see that on sale. Why would you want someone's daughter to be sold out?
Mama,
Yes.
have you been in a Lamborghini how they call it, dealer?
Yeah, from far.
And once again, you're not telling me that you have to compare yourself to a Lamborghini. No, no.
Hmm.
You have no price, Mama. You are priceless. I will never
Hmm.
put a price on you. You are very priceless. Look at what you go through just to give us beautiful children. Do you think
Hmm.
1 million is enough for that? I don't put a price on a woman. Women are priceless. I love my wife, and that's what it is. But I'm talking that of marriage. What comes with that? You feel like, what you paid was not enough. They're still coming anyway. So why would you wait? Because I'm going back to the question you ask.
Yes.
People who are getting ready, but they are not ready yet because probably they don't have enough money. All I'm saying, just go for it. Go
Hmm.
for it. Because a good parent, they want their daughter to be happy. They want their daughter to get married. That's all. Everything is symbolic. I can stand up one day. I say, whoever wanna come and marry my kids. If my kid is pushing, one day I may say, you know what? Give me $1 because I want my daughter to be happy. If
I think
if the
my
guy is the
girlfriend.
one, I don't really care. Maybe she has to now have to negotiate with her uncles, other people, if they will agree with me,
I see. That,
but
Papa,
I don't put a price. I don't put a price on a woman.
that's when I feel like men become very economically wise. Look at what Papa Bernard says. If the man is from a humble background, it's also better to choose a woman from a family that's stable financially to avoid taking care of both families.
You see what I'm
Which,
saying? And I respect his opinion. That's what it is. That it's your
I mean,
marriage. It's your
yeah.
marriage. Make sure that you're gonna be comfortable in your marriage. And let me tell you, it's like you can say there are people, you love a woman, but you don't end up getting married. Sometimes it happens.
Why are the main reasons for that?
The main reason may be all these things that Papa Bernard just talked about. You love the woman, but then the family drives you crazy. You try everything you can, but you still, you're not able to satisfy them, and you end up giving up.
I see.
And
I
some
am.
people will say, oh, if you gave up, that means you didn't love her. Also be it.
Mm-hmm.
A man has to be a man. You cannot keep dragging me until, no.
Mm. Interesting. Well, guess what? It's interesting that a mother agrees with you. Mama Mia
Amen.
agrees with 100%.
Let me give you an example of a real man. I don't
Mm-hmm.
encourage that, but I want just you to understand how men operate. There was a
Yes.
couple. There was a couple that have been married for 60 years,
Mm-hmm.
and a man was 99, the
Mm-hmm.
woman was 97 when they got divorced.
Whoa.
And do you know why they got divorced?
Why?
Because when they were married, after 5 years, the woman cheated on the man.
After 5 years.
After 5 years of marriage, the woman cheated. They were still in their 20s. The man forgave the woman. The woman came and, apologized. The man forgave her and he said, promise me not to do it anymore. And the lady said, I won't do it anymore. And then forget about that man, everything. But when the husband was 99, the woman 97, one day the man was going through the family treasure, the pictures, was looking about on the picture. He saw the picture of that guy that his wife cheated with.
Ouch.
And the wife kept that picture. So the guy was so mad. He said, you still kept this? The wife didn't have nothing to say. That means you still remember that guy, you still miss the guy. And the guy filed for divorce at 99. He said, I'm a man. I told you that so you are laughing, but that's man. That's a man thing.
It's a main thing
That's
to
a
be
man thing.
territorial.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, Mama Mia agrees. Do your homework before you get married. Do your
Yes,
homework.
mama. Do your
Don't be
homework.
sorry. Well, you have another question. See, I've
Yeah.
been calling you pastor for ages, prophet. You
Mm,
don't agree with me. Look at this comment. Maman Rose,
mm.
Maman Compassion, God bless you. She asks, she says, pourquoi pasteur, le couple des enfants de Dieu ne marche pas alors que les deux sont nés de nouveau?
Hello, Mama. First of all, je ne suis pas pasteur. I'm Br.Papy. People keep calling me pasteur.
That's my
Gloire à
mama.
Dieu. Gloire à
She's
Dieu.
prophetic. She's
Gloire à
very
Dieu. Que Dieu te bénisse. But, Mama, we go back to the same thing,
yes.
I said it earlier that les hommes de Dieu or les chrétiens, we becoming boring in our marriage
Oui, on est
because we think that marriage has to be a very spiritual thing. No, for me, it's physical. Physical.
Mm,
You have to know how to hold your woman's, hand, touch her once in a while. I mean, be real. Be real. Don't
mm.
pretend because, les gens vont me juger, mais les enfants sont là, ou bien, non. When was the last time a Christian pastor, you saw your pastor kiss his wife?
Mm.
You know, I grew up in a Christian family. I never saw my dad hug or kiss my mother. Never.
Uh,
But guess
mm,
what? There are things I may not say, but I was not born alone. We were like 20 something. You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean?
mm,
Why is
mm,
that? Why
mm-hmm,
is that? You say you love this wife, but then you have,
mm-hmm,
so I don't want to say it. That's my family, but that's the truth. Because what you don't want to do with your wife in public or hold hand or whatever, that's what pushing you out, like leading you to go somewhere because you feel
mm,
like your wife is not fun anymore. But you are the man or the woman that's trying to be politically correct all the
mm,
time.
mm,
I've seen a couple, pastor, married in the church. They say now
mm.
is the time for the groom to kiss the bride. The pastor want kiss here on the cheeks because people were watching. Come on,
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
you know. So that's why I say I may be a Christian, but I would love to stay a little bit crazy. I want my
I am
wife to know that he has a crazy guy.
crazy
It
husband.
it, it helps. It helps in marriage.
Interesting, interesting. Well, beyond that, there's also the warfare on marriages. But again, I think there's also so much of what you just said.
Yeah,
Putting in the
warfare, I think we talked about it. You say you go to a family, they had their own problem, their family. You
yes.
go to a family, they tell you this family, nobody gets married since the third generation or the generation before them. They always have problem.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yes.
You have to
Yeah.
pray before you get into it. Unless you are the one to break that yoke. God
Mm,
can use you also to go there and deliver them from that. There are family you see, oh yeah, yeah, oh yo, abota bana katre, but is still living with the parents. Oh abota sek is still and you poke na family wana, and you want to marry one of them without checking and to know what's going on in this family.
mm,
You always. That's when you have to pray now. Once you like what you saw, now you start praying for God to guide you.
to guide you. Yes.
God may also tell you, you know what? I know there's a curse in that family, but go in, pray, go in. I want to use you to break that yoke. And once you're equipped, you go.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I really see Mama Stella. Thank you so much for your presence. She also agrees with you. She says, the PDA you're talking about, public display of affection, that has nothing to do with being a Christian. That's more of an African culture thing. Do you agree?
Uh, as I'm saying, it's all about what is fun for your marriage. What I'm trying to say when I say a lot of Christian, it's true also. African, we don't display our love. That's true,
Yes.
Mama Wakamba. Sorry, it's true. African men or women, sometimes we don't display, we don't showcase, like show that we love our spouses. It's like a taboo things to do, even home. Like you don't want your child to see you hugging your wife when she comes back from work because it's taboo. That's African culture. That's true. But what I'm saying also, Christians also are doing that. Christians
Mm-hmm.
are doing that. Just ask yourself, when was the last time you saw your pastor kiss Mama Pastor
Hey, but we've
or
been
even hug?
confined, so we don't see. We've been
You
confined.
know, it's happening a lot. But I agree with you, Mama. African culture is like that. You see, me. When my wife comes from work, for example, I kiss my wife, and you see my children say, "Oh," you think it's a bad thing?
Now,
It's
some
like
of
to
us go,
them,
that's
I want
nasty.
to I want to have a man like that who takes care of me when I come from work, wait for me, kisses me. You're setting an example to your children or whoever watching you, living around you. You know, because
Papy aweza
eh,
likamba mote.
amulimote, amulimote.
Mulimu aweza
You know,
likambwa nzoto. He
because
has to
Mama, let
add
me
it.
tell you, Mama, you wanna get advice about marriage. You
Yes,
wanna get advice about marriage, getting from people who are actually married. Don't get it from
yes.
somebody who's not married because marriage is very complicated. You want to get advice about divorce, get it from people who are divorced. Don't come ask me, I've never been divorced. But nowadays you have experts in divorce, you have
Mhm.
experts in marriage, and they themselves are not even married. Your marriage is different from my marriage. That's why I'm
But
saying that don't use
mhm,
everything I'm telling you because I gained this experience from my marriage and maybe from my friends or family member, my brother's marriage. That's why I gained this experience. But it may be different from somebody else's marriage, you know?
mm,
So that's what I'm saying. Try to understand what you want in your marriage and you
mhm,
yourself give orientation. Like you have to shape your marriage the way you
mm.
want it to be. That's why at the beginning I say your marriage is what you make of it. It can
It's
be
what
paradise for you, it can be hell for you. Just like
yes.
we say here in Las Vegas, if you love your wife, bring him to Las Vegas because it's paradise. If you hate your wife, bring
Mm.
her to Las Vegas because it's hell. It depends on what you make of it.
What you do of it.
Yes, Mama.
Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Well, I believe someone was blessed today. Now, there's someone, there's someone who's not yet married and would like to get more, of your recommendations as a married person for 20 plus years. Should any love relationship end to marriage?
Mama, from what we talked about, I think no. I'll say
No.
no.
When
I'll
should you
say
break?
no. Because you as a Christian, we always say that wait until the God gives you the right spouse, the right person. You may
Mm,
love somebody, because of what you see. And then when you start praying, then you realize that a lot of things, the people comes with a lot of burdens, a lot of package that may complicate your relation, you know. And as I say, don't expect the devil to come as an ugly woman. The devil can come as the most beautiful woman you ever seen in your life, or the most handsome man that you never seen in your life. The devil will never come ugly. The devil always come beautiful. So you have to be able to have a discernment. So that's when you need God. That's when you need God. That's when you pray. I said here at the beginning, the first thing on my checklist will be what I see. And then if we had continued with that, I would have told you that then I have to pray. I have to pray to God to open my spiritual eyes now, because I see with my physical eyes. Now I need also to see with my spiritual eyes, to know the background, to know what behind that beauty. You have to see all that. So I would say that no. I'll say that no, it's not because you love somebody that you have to marry them. No.
No. Okay. Now, Rezo, clearly, eventually, we'll have to come back very soon in a very
Yes,
near.
Mama. We didn't talk about anything. We didn't.
We
It was
really
just a.
literally
It
didn't
was
even
just an
talk about
introduction. It was
an
just an
introduction
introduction, and that's
of
why we
this.
call it marriage 101.
Yes, yes. Someone is still wondering when you talk marriage, you talk those vows, those for better and for worse, till death do us apart. What does it mean, Prezo?
Now, once you commit yourself, because marriage by definition is
Yeah.
like, if we want to be legally, politically correct, nowadays they say marriage is like a legally, or how they call it, it's like a legal union between a legally recognized union of two people as
Mm-hmm.
partners. Because
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, here we talk about marriage between men and a man, women and women. That's the definition nowadays you see everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But as a Christian, we know that marriage is a covenant between
Mm-hmm.
a man and a woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
marriage, that we commit ourselves to living together, to becoming one flesh until
Mm.
death set us apart. That
Yes.
marriage. So when you promise somebody, you have a covenant with somebody, it's forever. When you make
Mm.
a vow, it's forever. Even the Bible says it's better for you not to make a vow than make
Mm.
it and not respect it. It's
Is
a
that only
curse.
to God? To God, also to humans?
Because when you make a vow to, we do it. How do we do it? You
Mm.
promise, and once you seal it here, you parent. Because to me, marriage first of all is to what we do with our parents, not with
Yes.
God. I go
Mm.
to your family, and they
Mm-hmm.
accepted me, and we seal it. That
Yes.
marriage, according to
Mm.
the Bible, even Jacob, when he got to get married with Isaac, that what happened first. We go
Mm-hmm.
to church just for blessings.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
how I see marriage. So
Mm-hmm.
when I promise something, it seals here, God also seal it. Now
Mm-hmm.
it becomes like we vow. That's why God said, whatever God has joined together, let no man put asunder, let no man
Mm.
separate. It becomes a vow to God too. That's why sometimes I have issues with my wife or other women who talked about vow renewal. I tell
Mm-hmm.
them, you guys just want to spend money. I say the vow that I made the day we got married is still in force.
Mm-hmm.
I
Whether
made
you
the
forget or
vow.
not.
Why should I renew that vow again?
No,
There's
we
no.
need the whole thing
Is
to
it
be
is it
reminded.
fading away? Is the vow fading away, or is it
Yes.
about to
Yes.
expire? I don't know. I made a
It,
vow, and that's it. I don't want to spend more money, also that we buy new rings or this. No, that's, you just want to spend money. I don't like
we
it.
need to upgrade the love, environment.
I don't need to upgrade the love. The love is the top. There's nothing on top of the love. There's
This is
nothing. I love
good.
you. I promise to love you forever. Don't come to me and talk about renewing our vow. No, it will never expire.
Oh, but well, between us, if Mama Claire want to renew, please let it happen. I know you will. Happy
I will
wife, happy
not. I will not. Then that means I'm not being serious. because
Really?
I promised her in front of her parents, in front of my friends, my family, in front of
Mm-hmm.
God. I said, I
Yeah.
will love you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So why should I renew it? Is it fading away? Is it expiring? I don't
Mm-hmm.
think so. I don't think so. I'm still have my ring, you know. That was
I
a token of Mama. Oya obi misanga di banda Bible, ya Bible hapo. That's how I feel about marriage.
That's how you feel about it.
That's how
So
I feel about marriage. Once
this
you
is
say I do, you are done, and I'm done.
once you say I do,
You
you
are
are
done.
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 Well,
Mm.
I think this will end well, our February series. Once you say I do, you are
You are done.
done.
Yeah.
So make sure you get to know, you get all your homework done. You
Mhm.
get to know the family. You get to know
Yes.
the family. You get to know
Yes.
everything you're saying. As I told you, I don't think you were right about that because this is still for debate about the vow renewal.
Once again, Mama, I'm gonna tell you again. I'm the man. I'm
Oh,
the
you're
head
the
of the house.
I'll play this on the vow renewal day, especially
That's a
since confinement are coming up. The
That's
deconfinement.
exactly what marriage is all about. Let me tell you something. I know you we want to conclude here. This is
Yes,
what I feel about marriage. Marriage is a daily commitment.
a daily commitment.
Yeah,
Yes.
I call it's a mission impossible to love somebody every single day. It's a mission impossible. So you need
Mhm.
God every single day. When I wake up in the morning, I always tell my wife, I say, God, please help me love this woman again today.
Amen.
Because there's
Amen.
nobody on this earth that will piss you off more than your own spouse, the person that you like. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. God is really a comedian. He will put you with somebody that you'll
Hmm.
be fighting every day, but you
Hmm.
cannot get away from that person
Oh
because you
my God.
love the person. It's complicated. It's like one of the guy who wrote, it's like you living with coronavirus, but you cannot run away from it. I'm sorry. This is just a joke.
I
That's
mean,
what we need. That's what we need in marriage. I like to
that's what
tease my wife. She likes to tease me. I always
yeah.
tease my wife. I say, you loved me because when we were in China, I was on a bike. Other people were walking. And that time when we were in China, to have a bike, it was something special. And me, I
No,
had a motorbike. And
well,
everybody else was riding on the bicycle. So I used to tease my wife, I know you love me because I had a bike. That's marriage. You have to be able to joke with your wife and to have fun.
yes, yes, yes. That's very deep what you had to say, Prezo. Again,
Amen.
thank you so much for your time. I know you're
Thank you,
very busy
Mama.
person, very busy,
Thank
and to have you here is not for granted.
No, Mama, it's always a privilege that you look up to me and you say that I have something to say or something to contribute. Where when I look at myself like I'm still learning, but you always tell me, no, Papa, I know you have something to share. So I thank you for that. Thank you, and thank the whole ministry. May God bless you. Continue doing what you're doing, and we are here to help you.
No, no problem, Prezo. But
Mm.
before we go further, I mean, I'll be expecting my vow renewal for your 25th wedding anniversary. By the way, thank
It
you,
won't
Mama
happen,
Claire,
Mama. Don't worry about it. I
for
don't need to pray
participating.
about it. It won't happen. I made one vow, and it's still in force.
You made one vow, no
Yeah.
problem. Prezo,
Yeah.
there's someone who said I do once and then is done ever since, like done
Yeah.
for real, because they
Yeah.
don't even believe in God anymore. The
Yeah.
person, the God is literally close to the devil's brother, is really bad, or she is really bad and doesn't believe in God anymore. What can you tell them, especially this confinement? We've heard of so many things about, you know, domestic violences and so many things going on. What can you tell them to help them go back to God and believe? They believe in the Lord, but again, that one I do messed up so much in their faith, in their walk with God. What can you say?
I'll tell somebody that God is everything. Only God, only God never changes. Everybody else can change.
Yes.
What I mean by that is like marriage. Marriage is a battle. That's how I call it. It's a battle. It's an everyday battle. At every stage of your marriage, you will have new experience. You have a new challenge. When you were chasing your wife, it was just your wife. It was just your husband. Nobody was there. Once you get married, now you have to pay bills left and right. You have to deal with your in-laws. After that, once you start having children, you have to deal with children. How you want to raise your children? Your wife may have another perspective on that. So it's a challenge. Every little step into your marriage, it's a challenge, and that can break your marriage, you know, if you don't agree. So what I'm trying to tell them that every marriage has their own problems. The key is how to handle those problems, how to manage those problems, you know, and that's where I say that go to God, because only God doesn't change. If your husband is always drunk, let me tell you, only God doesn't change. He can change. That husband can change. If your wife doesn't listen to you, go to God, leave it to God, pray to God. And I tell people, once you give your burden to God, forget about that burden. Don't come back and start talking back to your wife or your husband fighting. No, you know that God is handling that. With time, he will change or she will change. So I'm going to ask all these people to come back. There's no perfect marriage.
Say that
Without
again.
God, there's no perfect marriage.
Il n'y a pas de
Without
bon.
God, it's impossible to love somebody for the rest of your life if you don't have God with you. If God is not in the center, because there will always be disagreement. You always fight for little things. The devil is always busy. The devil will never let you go. As I gave you an example of that guy who divorced his wife when he was 99 years old, after 60 years, because the devil was there just waiting for opportunity to destroy. So all I'll say, if you're on the verge of getting divorced, I'm going to tell you, whatever you're running from, you're going to find it where you want to go. Even it's going to be even worse. And I always say that the devil that you know is better than the angel that you don't know.
No.
You know, you running from your husband because he's a player, but you go there, you find that player plus plus. You know, stay where you are and focus on God. Let God change your marriage.
Can you say that the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know? Can you say that either in French or Lingala, whatever?
Et quand tu sais, le démon que tu connais vaut mieux que l'ange que tu ne connais pas. Donc, ndoki oyo yebi, aza bien que angelou oyo yebi. Ndoki wana yozo vanda na ye, tu sais comment le gérer. Oyebi déjà na zulake koto, mais oyo yozo mona angelou, oyo aza libanda wana. Tango okoma pembeni o comprendre te ko gérer te. Donc c'est ça. Donc stay with what you have, pray to God. God will change. God can change the heart of a man.
Yes.
If you are a born again Christian, you believe in God. You know that we have a God who can do miracle in our lives. Stay around. Stick around. Stay the course. That God will do something in your marriage. He will change it. I believe in that, and I'll always do. I don't believe in divorce. I don't believe in divorce. Even the Bible, the people say, okay, in the Bible, there's only one option they given to us where you can divorce, if just in case of infidelity. But then the Bible says also, unless you don't choose to forgive. You can forgive and continue staying in your marriage. That's the only time you can ever think of divorcing, if there's infidelity.
And then you can now remarry. Interesting. So, there's another person who's happily married. They like the devil. Elle sait où la personne sait comment manipuler son démon. Alors on se dit, bon, pourquoi j'ai besoin de Dieu? Après tout, le mariage, c'est charnel, c'est du kamata bisou. Je sais gérer le quotidien de mon mariage, d'où j'ai pas besoin de Jésus, j'ai pas besoin de ce Seigneur-là. Qu'est-ce que vous pouvez lui dire?
Maman, le mariage, c'est d'abord spirituel aussi. Hein. Le mariage est spirituel. C'est le spirituel qui gouverne le physique. Donc, You
Mm.
cannot say that my mariage c'est pas spiritual. No, because as we said, there's a lot of things that happen in your spouse life that spiritually can impact your marriage.
Mhm.
You know, so you don't neglect that. You have to be praying. You have to be watchful. You have to pray a lot for your marriage because you don't know your spouse background. You have no idea.
Mm. Mm.
And that's if you don't break that yoke, if you don't stop it, it can go down to your descendants.
Very
It can
deep.
continue.
Mm.
You hear about oh bango babala rate, oh bango baumela nanda kwa libala te, oh bango bango. It's gonna continue. It's gonna continue. I'm gonna tell you. I've never been ashamed of saying this. Our our uh, our auntie, all
Mhm.
my aunties, they had
Mhm.
problem in their marriage.
Mm.
Bazalaika na bambanda, bibota mobimba.
Mm.
You know, when I look at that, I say there's something wrong.
Mm.
But when you come down to our generation, it's still happening.
Oh no.
It's still happening where you have all your sisters, all this. They're not enjoying their marriage. They're always somebody else, a third person in their marriage, killing the
Mm.
marriage. It
Mm.
started in the generation with our parents. It came down to our generation. And if we don't stop it, it will continue with our children.
How would you suggest to stop that then?
Pray.
Mm.
It's a warfare, you know. You cannot
C'est
say that on a gangue bango. No, il faut beaucoup
Mm.
prier.
Ouais, ouais.
You have to
Mm.
watch over your marriage. Pray for your husband. Pray for your wife. Pray for your children every single day if you can, you know,
Mm.
and let God do His work.
Interesting. Very deep, Rezo. If you wonder if what you have to say today bless somebody, it did bless more than a person. Today we have Brother Jeremiah Kundui.
Jeremiah Kundui, my brother, you have to get married. I keep telling you that.
Well, that's why he said he noted, I'm sure.
Yes, I love that brother. I love that brother. I just want to tell it here so everybody to know. He's a very special brother. I love him. He's a good singer and a good kid. I love him and I pray that he found a beautiful wife because he
Amen.
deserves it.
Amen. Amen, brother. We
Mm.
pray. I agree with you on this one. Thank you. Now, Papa,
Amen.
Papi, please say a word, a prayer, or someone would like to pray with you. Repeat something with you to receive Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. And allow me to translate in whatever language opposite to the one you'll be.
You know, the Bible say in Romans 10:9, he said that
La Bible dit
uh,
dans Romains 19,
uh, he said that if we confess
la Bible dit si nous confessons,
the Lord with our mouth,
si nous
if we
confessons,
confess Jesus the Lord, si nous confessons Jésus-Christ comme, how they say, si nous confessons de
if
notre
you
bouche le
confess
Seigneur Jésus, et
now
si nous croyons dans nos cœurs
that
que
Jesus
Dieu l'a
Christ is Lord
ressuscité de mort, nous
and
serons
you
sauvés.
believe in your heart that Jesus resuscitated and God raised him up from the dead,
Yes, all it takes is for somebody to confess that Jesus is the Lord
tout ce
and
que
for
ça
somebody
demande,
to believe in their heart that He raised from the dead, then
tout
you
ce
are
que ça
saved.
demande, c'est que quelqu'un puisse confesser de sa bouche que Jésus-Christ est Seigneur et Sauveur et de croire dans son cœur
So
qu'il est sauvé.
we're gonna make a simple prayer
Et nous allons faire alors une brève prière.
according to this verse that we just said, Romans 10:9.
Selon ce verset de Romains 10 à 9.
All I have to say that Jesus,
Répète après moi, Jésus,
I know I'm a sinner,
je sais que je suis pécheur
and I believe in my heart
et je crois dans mon cœur
that you died for my sins
que tu es mort pour mes péchés,
and you rose again.
que tu es ressuscité.
Please forgive me.
S'il te plaît, pardonne-moi.
I want to invite you to come into my life.
Je veux t'inviter à régner dans ma vie.
And I want you to become the master of my life.
Je veux que tu sois le maître de ma vie.
In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Au nom de Jésus, nous avons ainsi prié. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Prezo. Merci beaucoup à tous ceux qui nous ont suivis et joyeux anniversaire à tous ceux qui sont nés de nouveau dans la famille chrétienne. please find yourself a church. If you need suggestions, please call me. Oh, Pastor Papy Tsasa, I will give you a few suggestions. See, here you go. Here we go again. It came out, Pastor.
You know, Mama, let me to close.
Help it.
I really want to thank everybody for watching. What I'm trying to say that we are not perfect in our marriage. I may have said something that offended some other people, but I want to tell you, I like to be. I like to be honest when it comes to marriage, because that's why a lot of marriage are being destroyed because we are not being honest. So I like to tell it the way it is, so that people get ready for marriage and they know what they're committing themselves into. So may
Mm,
God bless you. And I'm praying for everybody who were on the verge of divorcing. Please,
mhm.
please pray to God to help you out, because
Amen.
wherever you're trying to go, it may be worse for you. Stay
Yes.
where you are, stick with the devil that you know.
Stick with the
That's what I
devil that.
wanted to say.
Amen, amen.
Amen.
Well, we have Garçon Samson agrees with you. Amen, Pasteur Papy. Everybody's calling you Pastor. Thank you. And then we have Sister Judith who's saying il pleut partout, comme ma chère tantine m'a toujours dit. Mieux vaut s'acheter
Amen.
un parapluie.
Amen.
Il pleut
Amen.
partout. And then,
Ndako ovandaka te oyeba esika mai etangaka.
very true, very
Mm.
true, very true. Papa Bernard agrees too.
Yeah,
Chinois,
Papa, you know, Mama, let me tell you one thing. You know how
yes,
many times you see couples come to church, they are
yes,
all holding hands,
yeah.
but they were fighting all along their way to the church in the car, fighting because one was late. But once they come to the whole hand, they start smiling. Amen.
Amen.
You don't know.
You don't
One day I was at church. I was doing a moderation, and I said that you're in the right place. You know, when you come here, God will heal your heart. Maybe you were fighting with your spouse, and what, you know, two couples came to me, said they start laughing. He said, I was not talking to my wife until you said that. Then we start talking to each other. So you never know what's happening in a couple. I don't care if the woman is on fire or the man speaks in tongues. You don't know. There's always a leak somewhere. Yes.
Well, for that one, we agree with you so much that we all say Kamata Bizu. That's a good
Thank
one.
you,
Thank
Ndoye.
you so much.
Merci
Thank you.
beaucoup, maman.
You're welcome. And that ends today's Bwagnya. I believe you were blessed. In case you were not, we apologize. Again, don't come after my guests. I told you, my guests are not wisdom.com. They just share the little they have. And like you, who would even share this live? Please go ahead, share it. Share it with somebody who needs this kind of wisdom. But before you go, Prezo, thank you for being still here. I didn't ask you if someone wants to get in touch with you, how to do so.
Get in touch with me for what? For marriage? Am I becoming a counselor?
Well, we have
Non,
someone who'd like to get in touch with you.
bon, je suis à Las Vegas, ils peuvent toujours me contacter. Mon numéro, c'est le 702 6
702
628
628
1590.
1590. All
Or
right.
they can just check my Facebook page. C'est Papy Tsasa.
All right. Our Facebook page. All right. Because I had someone who'd like to be in touch with you. I believe it's Maman Germaine Kintaudi. She would like to get in touch with you. And I believe so
Okay.
many other people would like to get in touch with you. I don't think you're in trouble. I mean, just
No, Mama. I may learn something. I'm always a learner, you know. I always learn. Yeah,
yes.
so I hope we talk and I may learn something from them. Because as I
Oh,
say, marriage, we don't graduate from marriage. We always learning. There's always something new challenge every day. So there's no book that will really tell you everything you need to know about marriage. I don't think so.
I agree with you on that one. I
Mm,
agree with you.
mm.
Well, thank you so much to all those who watched us today. Share this live. Bless somebody with this. You want to bless us with some money? Guess what? We have our Cash App information right there down below with Papa Christian's informations. And then we also need your prayers. Honestly, we really do need your prayers to get always inspired for more topics like these. That will bless you. Again, bring us some more suggestions. We'll be more than happy to be of use to you. What's wisdom that's not in need? You'll get spoiled. Well, share this. Bless somebody. Again, we are Olive Gospel Ministries. We have an album out, a song out, King of Kings, and the song that's coming out right now is Ozalimo Santu with my sister Palmir. She killed it. Please go watch it. Encourage her. Give her a text message or a call. Tell her she did a good job. Because if she did otherwise, well, she would have been everywhere. You would have called her parents, aunties, and uncles telling them how their daughters has been bad, but she's been good. Come on, encourage her. Thank you so much to all those who trust us in this. Until next time, I'm Lady Mel and Keto. See you next time. Bye bye.